Hey everybody, what's going on today? So this is the second part for how to successfully call on a job site. And I got a lot of great recommendations off of the first video. Some people had some wonderful things they had questions on. So we're going to cover four main things that you need to know about in addition to calling on a job site. Number one is phases of construction and how that affects your success when going out and selling what people need at the phases in which they need it. And I'll explain that. Also, we're going to go into how to do a close on a job site, meaning close the sale on a job site. When is actually the best time to call on a job site during the phases and during the time of day. And last, but certainly not least, what is the biggest takeaway that we can learn from a job site? And I'm going to also throw in at the end a couple of shortcuts. So let's get started. So why do the phases of construction matter? And I know this is kind of a big topic, but imagine you just bought a brand new house. You move into the house, there's no landscaping done, there's no nothing done, there's no trees in the yard, you just got a brand new house. And all of a sudden somebody came over and, hi, I work for the local guy who puts in new windows and new siding. Would you like new windows and new siding on your house? You'd be like, I just bought this house. It's brand new. It's a brand new neighborhood. The siding's brand new and the windows are brand new. Why would I need to replace them? And you'd tell that guy he's either really, really early, meaning about 10 years early, or he's really, really late, meaning he should have sold it to the person building your house. Now, the problem is I sit and I roll around with sales reps. They roll up to job sites and they do the dumbest thing I've ever seen. They roll up to the job site and they walk in and they tell the general contractor, hi, we rent big backhoes, loaders, skid steers for doing all your underground utilities. Can you give somebody my card? And the general contractor looks out at the window and he sees a 16-story building that's in the final phase. They're putting in the final panels. They're putting in the final electrical. They're putting in the last of the drywall. They're doing the finishing. And he's like, yeah, dude, you're late by about 9 months. The best thing you can do is know the phases so you know who's coming next, not who's there. If they're already there, nobody shows up to the football game needing tickets. They're not in the stadium looking for tickets. They've already got them. So the thing you have to do is know what you're going to do ahead of time, know what phases of construction are coming up so you know who to call on. So even if the GC tells you, hey, I'm going to tell you right now, we don't have anybody on site. Perfect. Who's coming? Who's going to start in the next week to 30 days? And can I reach out to them to make sure I offer them resources? So what are the phases of construction? Basically, there boils down to 7 to 8 phases of construction. And I realize that, I'm not going to discuss every single one of them here in detail, but I'm going to put up this quick shot. If you guys want, you can take a screenshot of it. Basically, it goes through pre-construction, which doesn't have a lot of rentals, on-site foundation work, stuff like that, which is big earth moving. Most of them own their equipment. That's good opportunities for the big cat, the big John Deeres, big equipment that's moving around. Rough in, framing, steel stuff. That's a lot of your big cranes. That's a lot of your big boom lifts, large welders, things like that. Don't forget that normally when they do that site work, you're also going to look at large generators for the GC's trailer. Next up, it goes into all your exterior stuff. That's going to be a lot of boom lifts. That's doing all your composite panels. If you don't know what those are, you might want to do your research. As well as your glazers, your guys putting up Dens glass. If you don't know what that is, do your research. And people putting up Tyvek, waterproofing, and all of that on the exterior of the building. Problem is most sales reps that go through traditional sales training, they don't get into what I call all of the subcategories. They go out and they tell the sales rep, hey, go call on, which is the next one on this list, go call on the MPE. Mechanical, electrical, and plumbing. They rent the most equipment, they need the most stuff, and that's who you should go call on. Or they say, go out and call on the steel erector, or go call on the GC. Problem is nobody's calling on a lot of these other subcontractors, or even a sub of a sub, that are amazing opportunities for rentals. If you don't know who does composite panels, and you don't know who does air barrier, and you don't know who does all of those things, who does the low voltage, who does the security cameras, who does all the waterproofing, who's doing all the subgrade, That's opportunities. Realize that all of your competitors, they're not training their reps on every aspect and every opportunity. They're focused on what little pieces they are comfortable with. Don't forget about finishers, drywallers, painters. And last but not least, here's my pro tip. Watch this one. So do me a favor. When they get to the end, the general contractor often has punch list. Punch list is things that didn't get done. The owner comes in, looks at the building, sees things that aren't right, and they need fixed. That's a great opportunity for a one-day rental, a compressor to blow stuff out as well. I've had amazing things where people needed big compressors and all kinds of stuff at the very end of the job for cleaning companies. They go in and somebody sees, I did a big giant Bass Pro Shop, and all up on the rafters there was dust. And the cleaning company needed a boom lift to get up there and clean all that. Guess what? Nobody was calling on the job site because everybody said, it's done. And I went in there and said, who's next? Who else is coming? Well, we got the low voltage guy. We got the security camera person. We got the girl who's coming in and cleaning all the rafters and all that. Perfect. I love those rentals. Now, I rolled around with a rep one day, and the rep told me, we were driving past a job site. It was a big grocery store. It was done. And the fence was still up. And I said, hey, why aren't we stopping at that job site? He goes, oh, it's done. I go, yeah, but why aren't we stopping? He goes, it's done. Like, they're opening up in the next week or two. Why would you stop? Aha. Pro tip. Reason why you'd stop is walk in and ask the general contractor, do you need anything for final punch list? Something to clean the parking lot, something to last little things that the owner of the building wants taken care of. General contractor said, nope, we don't need any of that. Don't need any of it. And I said, can I ask you one last question before we get out of your hair? The GC said, sure, what do you got? And I said, where are you going next? And he said, actually, we're building another one of these grocery stores just over on the other side of town, and we're going to be starting that in about 3 weeks. And I looked over at the sales rep. I go, now you've got a contact for a job that hasn't even started turning dirt. You're ahead of every other sales rep in the industry. Aha, that's a gem. All right, so I hope some of those pro tips and some of that information about the job sites help you out and give you great information. I'm going to throw in just a couple of quick things. Subcontractor meeting. They have them about once a week. And what you want to do is ask the general contractor what day and time that is, and tell the general contractor, I have no intention of showing up to that meeting. You got a schedule you got to kick to. You don't need sales reps hanging out. But what I'd like to do is drop off amazing breakfast burritos, the world's best cinnamon rolls, or something nice, not King Soopers donuts. Drop off something nice, put your business card, put your logo on the top of the donuts that are there, and you drop it off 15, 20 minutes before the meeting's supposed to start. Now, are you going to get any business out of this? No. But the reason why you drop it off is brand recognition, and you want people to know that you're contributing, helping, and getting your name out there. The biggest thing that kills sales reps is complete ambiguity. Like, nobody knows who the hell they are. They're lost in the industry, and they go out there and they're calling on the job sites. They haven't built the name that the old salty veteran dog has built. So how do you build your name? You want to make sure that you're there for some of those subcontractors meetings so people start to learn your name. All right. So I appreciate you watching the video today. Sorry it ran a little long. We had a lot of questions. Make sure, do me a huge favor, like the videos. That matters a ton to me. Leave comments below. I love interacting with everybody. Do me a favor, make sure that you're following me. I will accept anybody who wants to follow me. And last but not least, you guys all need to understand this. I do not work for a rental company. I've been in the industry for 20 years, but the reason why I'm putting out these videos, why do I put them out, is to help. When I started up in the industry, I did not have any good mentors. I did not have any good helpers. The big rental companies that I worked for, I hate to say it, they threw me to the wolves. And if it wasn't for the fact that I needed to pay my bills, I would have given up a long time ago. I'm putting these videos out to help sales reps live their best life, be the most successful they can. If you want, I can come and speak to your entire sales team. That's where I'd like to make my money. But right now, these little tidbits and these little gems, they're all free to help you be the most successful rep you can be. I appreciate you watching. Have an amazing day.